Zindagi. Gauri Shinde's follow-up film to English, much awaited, where we try and solve the mystery of why there's so much angst in Alia Bhatt and figure out how to take care of all her very first world problems, where she's not happy to tell her mom what to cook but reserves the right to throw a tantrum if she doesn't get it right, where she's happy to not be in a defined relationship but can be very unhappy if the guy walks out on her, where she's fine sleeping around while in a relationship with somebody but obviously doesn't allow the guy to kind of have the same right. All this angst, and you really kind of wonder why. She has great friends. She has Ira Dubey, she has Yashaswini for company, two guys also who actually acted really well. I couldn't find their names. And Kunal Kapoor, Angad Bedi as her boyfriends, Ali Zafar in the film as well as another one. In fact, she's so unsettled that a concerned uncle even asks her outright if she was Lebanese. You know what he meant. But there are, in this tortured soul's life enters Shah Rukh Khan, her therapist. Cool dude, very cool linen clothing, great house in Goa, which is where most of the film is shot, and full of his usual expressions. The furrowed eyebrows, the expansive hand gestures, the unconventional methods, the platitudes that flow so easily, the awkward stories that come from him. Because Alia is conflicted, you as a viewer are conflicted too, because a part of you feels sorry for her, but another part feels like giving her a tight slap. And it's like count your blessings. But in India, again, so many people feel life has been unfair to them, and that's why probably this movie is a good watch in that sense. Such a film got made in India because we somehow seem to think of therapy as such a bad word. I think if we can't put our finger on it physically, we assume everything's okay. And it's important that people see how this could work. Obviously, I can imagine now a lot of people going for therapy and being very disappointed that the therapist is nothing like Shah Rukh Khan. So I think there's going to be a bridge to kind of fill the gap here needed. And it's a very cliched ending, very stereotypical, very Hindi film. Also, everything happens too pat. People figure themselves out a bit too easily, you would imagine, in the kind of timing that's allowed to them. It's also a slightly longish film, 2.5 hours, 150 minutes. Alia also overacts in the beginning, but then discovers her stride amazingly well. One of the best features of the movie is the music by Amit Trivedi. Great songs, great soundtrack, which really helps the film keep its momentum going and doesn't let this dialogue between the therapist and the patient get too much. So, all in all, quite an enjoyable film. I would go with a rating of 7 on 10, and I do recommend it, but please walk in with the right expectation. Enjoy the movie.